Guys, welcome to this video. Can you imagine how beautiful it is for a designer to be able to convert his design into animation? Can you just imagine that? Just turning a design into a movie, a motion design. That's very big, guys. And if you imagine how popular videos are in this time and age, you will fully understand the importance of motion design. However, in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to create a car insurance ads using After Effects. As a designer, you go over a lot of designs in your career. Even if you're a graphic designer, that's what you do on a daily basis. However, if you can just put some animation into this, for example, car insurance, that will look more superb, guys. So, and that's what I'm gonna be showing you in this tutorial video. So without any further ado, let's just dive right in. The first thing we'll be doing is to create a new composition, and to create a new composition is quite simple. It's what you are seeing at the front. Just click on that, then you'll be presented with this window which shows you the composition name. You can say add, then the width. Since we'll be using this on social media sites, you want to go with 1080 by 1080. However, if you intend to use this for maybe YouTube or a widescreen platform, you can leave it as 1920 by 1080. Perfect. Now I'll be using 30 frames per second. You can use whatever you like, but that's what I'll be using. And if you intend to follow along in this car insurance animation video, car insurance ads video, if you intend to follow along in this car insurance animation video, then I would suggest you go ahead and leave it as 30 frames per second. Likewise, we can reduce the duration to 10 seconds, which is perfect. Now we want to change the background color. I'm gonna leave it as it is for now, because I will be using a color palette for my anything related to colors in this car insurance animation. So just click OK. Now we have this square composition 1080 by 1080. So the first thing I'm gonna be doing is to bring in the assets that I'll be working with. To do that, just right click on this project panel, then click on import, then click on file. Then this will take you into your computer and you can bring in your files. And the first two files that I'm gonna be using are these cars. Then I'm going to scroll down to pick my color palette. Yep, this is the palette that I'll be using. I'll be using this. Now I have these three files that I'll import. So just click on import. Now I have three files in Adobe After Effects. So the first thing I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be making use of this color palette to create my background. So I can just scale that down. So what I'm gonna be doing is to create a background, just right click on your timeline, go to new, then select solid. Now we can just name this to background. Once we have that, we are going to leave it as 1080 by 1080, and we are going to change the color. In this case, I want to use this dark blue as my background color, so that's what I'm going to select. Then I'll click OK. Now I have the dark blue as my background color. Now moving ahead, our animation has begun just like that. So just take the background below, make sure you lock the layer, because this is the background. We'll be doing a lot of work over it and we wouldn't want to displace it from where it is. Yep. So I'm gonna take my palette away, just put it at the top for now, since I'm not using it anytime soon. So the first thing I'm gonna be doing is to create some text, and in this case the text will be my logo. So just a text logo. To create that, just click on this text tool. Now you can just escape. We can start typing the text. Let's say car ins. That's the name of the company, and we want to center the anchor point. To do that, just go to transform, center anchor point. Good. Now we have this currency. This is the name of the insurance company. So what we are gonna do is quite simple and interesting. So we are going to make duplicate of this layer. Ctrl D to make duplicate. Now just drag downwards, hold down shift, then double click over it and type insurance. Fine. Now we are going to center the anchor point over this as well. Now what I'm gonna do now, I'm going to reduce the size just that it fits the width of the kinds. So if we zoom in, now we have something like this. She's perfect, guys. This is perfect. This is what we want. So we have these kinds. So the next thing we will be doing is we are gonna actually, I would want if we just change the color of this, and to do that I'll be making use of my palette as well. So to change the color, I'll be using this color. For the other text as well, we're using this. It's very light blue, guys. So this, I'm gonna return it to its position. Now the little thing that we will be doing for these kinds is that we are gonna move it to the top. Actually, it's gonna come in from the right, then eventually it's gonna go to the top. And to do that is quite simple. Let's pre-compose the two layers. Kinds should be at the top. Let's make the two layers into a single composition. Right click after selecting both layers, then click on pre-compose. So now what we are gonna do is just to name this as our logo. Then we click on OK. Now we have these kinds as our logo. However, if you notice, the width is too much, so we are going to reduce the width. So I double click on it so that the composition open on its own private window. To change the composition, just come to composition settings right over here. Now we are just going to reduce the width and height. So once we have that, just click OK. Now we can just align these items to the center using this. Ctrl Z, sorry. No, just select everything. Use your arrow key to just align everything to the center. Good. Now the next thing we are going to be doing is that we are going to animate this little design, and to do that we want it to just flow in. We want it to flow in from the bottom of the screen, which is this. And to do that is very simple. Just press P on your keyboard, and then opacity as well, T, which is T, and let's bring the scale as well. So at the first second, we want it to retain the position, scale, and opacity. Then just at the beginning, we want it to come from the position. We are going to change the position. Hold down shift. The position should be at this point, and the opacity should be 0. Likewise, the scale should be 0. So now moving ahead, we have something like this. You see, we have something like this. But just for example, this one, at this point, I want it to move way ahead. So I'm going to copy this, Ctrl V, and paste it around there. But I want the position to be way ahead. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to increase the height, just like that. Then this what happens, it goes below, then it comes down by itself. So this is a cool animation that I want. So we are just going to select everything and easy ease all the keyframes. Easy ease. Likewise, you can come into the line editor. Make sure we increase the width of this so that we see everything. Select. We want this animation to be smooth, guys. None. Now, just look at what we've got. Can you see that? This is what we have. I think this looking great. Good. The next thing we are going to be doing is we are going to make say we have it like this. We are going to bring in our cars. So just right before we bring in the cars, we want just while the car is coming in, we want this to move to the top. So to do that, once it comes in, we are going to wait for like half a second, just around there. Now from here, we want it to start going up. I mean this, we want it to move to the top. So we are going to just bring the keyframe here again. Then just within half a second, it should move to this point. And where is the point? The point is right here. The point is right there, and the scale, we are going to reduce the scale. Do you see that? So it should move up, but in the process of moving, which is here, we are going to enable the the opacity again, but in the process of moving, enable the opacity here again. Just in the process of moving, you want to reduce the opacity. just like it disappears while moving. Do you see that? Let's play that and see. So, but at the first initial here, we can reduce it to 0 as well. So we have something like this. You see, it goes up by itself, and it remains there. So let's just see the position. Does it look okay? If it doesn't, you can always adjust the position. Fine, I think it looks okay like that. So once we have that, then we have this the whole canvas to start our animation. So what we are gonna do is that we want to bring in our car. But before we bring in the car, I want us to have something like a design, maybe a rectangle. I want a rectangle to just be across the page. I want the rectangle to be across the page like that, and then probably maybe have it at the bottom. We have a text here, we have a car here. So this rectangle, what is gonna happen to it? Let's just finish the whole animation, then we are going to decide what will happen to the rectangle. Obviously it's gonna come in after the text has moved to its position, so the rectangle is gonna come in just around there. Well, let's just let's wait and see what will happen to that. Let me bring in the first car, which is this. So I'm going to bring this into my design, so probably have it here. We can have it here. Then we want to have some text just around there. So the car as well, we are going to just shift it inwards a little bit. So now I think we're having a great design now, guys. So what we are gonna do now is to bring in our text, and to create a text, just click on the text tool right here, type that across your page. Now we want to just best insurance. Just bring that over here. Then we are going to center the anchor point as usual. Now I would want us to reduce the size, then put it just around there. Best insurance at 50%. That's what I want to type. I'm gonna make duplicate of this, then drag it downwards, then change that to maybe at 30%. So now we have this. So what I'm gonna do is just remember, center the anchor point. It's very important, guys. So we are gonna put that just around there. Now we have this. So this is what we are going to be animating in this design. Also, we can increase the size of this because that's the main you can see, let's say it's the main information. So we can just look for a cool color that's going to go with this. So a cool color that will go with the white and the blue background. So I believe you are seeing what I'm saying. We have a lot of options. We can use this. So I need to select this. Then we can use this, or we can use the red, and I think the red will come out much more better. So we have this, and then we can just put this maybe around there, or we can just have it in one corner just like that. Do you see that? It is as simple as that. Now I think that's cool, but we need to show some alignment around there. So we are going to select these two, just probably bring them around to that edge, which is cool. So the next thing we'll be doing is to animate this car, the text, and the rectangle. So to do the animation, let's make this rectangle comes in from the right. So we want it to come in from the right. Then, and to do that is very simple. This is a rectangle. Now at this point, at the beginning, just at this point, just press P to bring the position. Now maybe at this point we want the position to be where it is now, but before that we want it to fly sorry, we want it to be probably maybe here. Good. Now and then let's bring the opacity as well. So at this point we want it to be 0, then just as it's coming in, the opacity should gradually increase like that. So we have something like this, which is cool. Now I think we are done with the animation of this particular layer. So just press U while still on that layer to easy all the keyframes we added to it. Yeah, you can make it fast at the beginning and then yeah, so we have something like this. See what we've got. Can you see that? So the next thing we're going to do is to animate the car. Yes. Now to animate the car, let's just imagine what we want to do with it. Do we want it to just fly from the top? Or maybe we should just make it coming. This rectangle is coming in from the right. Let's make this car to come in from the middle onto its current position. So we want it to retain the position on 3 seconds. So we are just going to select the layer of the car, which is this. Just bring the position, keyframe the position, and then bring the opacity as well. Ensure that it's at that point 100. Good. Now just at the beginning or immediately as this as the rectangle is settling into its original position, then we can just bring all the keyframes we've added to the car. Now we are going to bring the car to the center, just like that. Now I'm going to reduce the opacity to 0. So this is what we get. Can you see that? That's what we get, and it's looking cool. Remember, I'm gonna give this some easies. So let's play and see what is up. Can you see that? That's cool. So the next thing we want to do is to bring in this text. They are not going to appear right from the beginning like that. No, that's not normal. So what we are gonna make them do is to I want this 30% to like bounce, like I want it to be obvious. So this best insurance, probably it should just come in at this point. I want it to come in at this point. So how are we going to do that? The best insurance, which is this. First, let's bring the scale. Keyframe the scale. Just add a keyframe to the scale just around there. Now, just when the car is settling into its position, just like that, we want to bring the scale to like maybe 0. So we have something like this. Good. Now we can easily use that as well. That's a very simple animation, but it serves the purpose we want it to. So now here comes the final one. So we have something like this. Now we want to animate the 30% just after the best insurance has fallen onto its position. So I'm gonna add off to this. Good. So when we have this, let's see, I want to change this font as well to something bold. Good. I think this is interesting. It looks more interesting. Good. So what we'll be doing to this is let's see if we can just use another font. Let's see how this will look. I feel like changing the font. Sorry. Doesn't look. I think the red is more better. So we are gonna go with the red. So I want it to it's just flying. Maybe from the top or from somewhere. I just want it to fly. So just like the kind of effect we gave the logo. So at this point, let me move into like maybe a little over the 4 seconds. So we want it to retain its position. So press P, let it retain the position. Once this is settling, bring this a little over. Sorry. Now if we just put it at let's put it at this point. Now just when we have best insurance, now I want to see this animation in place. So what we are gonna do is I want it to come from the top. The position should be here, and the opacity at this point should be off, totally off. Now at the next keyframe, the opacity should be 100%. So we want it to move from here. Then aside the movement, we want the position to be way off at this point as well. So that it just bouncing. Can you see that? Bouncing, but this, let's move it ahead again. Then we want it to like, this is the original position, but at this point we want it to go further above the original position again. So we are going to do this. Perfect. So you just go down, up, normal position, like that. While on that layer, just press U so that we can see all the keyframes we've added to it. Now I want to do something at this point. I want to use the scale, or let's just see how it looks. If it requires that we add something else, we are gonna do that. First, let's easy ease all the keyframes. Now let's play. I think we need to add something else. Maybe we add scale to it. So at this point, let's just bring in our scale. U Shift S to add the scale to that. Then come to here where the opacity is at its best. Yeah. Now the scale should be, let's put down the scale. But at the beginning, come on, the scale should be very small. In fact, we can put the scale to 0. So now it just flows in. Easy is this as well. Just flowing like that. And that's cool. That's what I want. Now let's preview the whole animation from the beginning and see what we've got. I think I want to modify the way the rectangle enters the scene. I want it to, where is it? I think this is the rectangle layer. Yes, I want to, let's go into press U to view its keyframes. Let's go into the graph editor for the keyframes. I want to modify the way it enters the scene. Probably should just be fast at the beginning and very slow at the end. So let's preview that and see. Let's preview that and see. Okay, now let's see the whole picture. I think this is looking fine. This is looking fine. So the next thing we are gonna do is we want to add some transition, a very cool transition to this. And to do that, I'll be using shape layers. Maybe yes. So if this play, let's see, I want it to play. Good. Now we can wait up until the middle of the 5th second, just at that point. Then we can have bring a layer that will falls in from the top. Can bring a layer that and wipe everything out. That's what I want, and that's cool. Let's try that out. To do that, we are gonna create a layer, or let's just create a star layer. The star layer, we are gonna create a very big star, guys. A very big star that we know we just come from the top and just wipe everything out. So right click, center the icon point. So what we want to do with this layer is that after the animation is end, you just want it to come here, wipe everything out, and immediately is doing that, we want another shape to follow it, maybe up to this point, so that then the shape will remain after the star has gone. So but before that, let's reduce the size of the star. Yeah, so we want something like this, just wipe it. So, and that's cool. It's a white star, but the shape that will be coming after it will be it's just actually I would prefer it to be a solid shape, but however, it doesn't matter. Let's just right click. No, we'll be creating another shape from here. Long press. Now we have this rounded shape. We are going to create that over the layer, just like that. Then we are going to give it a color from our gradient. So to do that, let's just maybe drag it out a little bit so that we can see our gradient. Now let's give it this dark blue and this light blue rather. To do that, just select this, select the color picker tool and give it this. Okay, this is what we want to give it, and it should come in just around there, and the star layer should be above it, just like that. So this is what we want. So this is what we want. These two layers, they should just come in and wipe the old design out. So how are we going to do that? I think an easy way, let's just bring everything out first. So just bring everything out. Now we want them, these two, let's just select both, then press P. Their position, we want to like take it up. And that is their initial position. That is their initial position. But just like 30 seconds, now let's keyframe this position, guys. Let's keyframe this position. Then around 30 frames, we want them to like move downwards. Then want them to move downward. Just immediately the rectangle covers the page. Immediately I think something is off. I'm seeing some white around there, which I don't want, but let's just neglect that for a while. Or no, we shouldn't neglect everything. Just Ctrl Z. At this point, let's shift everything to the right a little. Good. So in 30 frames after that, we want everything to like moving just like that. Now when the rectangle covers the whole screen, after the rectangle has covered the whole screen, we want the star layer which is above. The star layer which is above to continue its own movement. Maybe just like few frames after that, want it to continue its own movement downwards, out, and that's what we want, guys. So with that, we'll be left with something like this. This should be out of the screen. We don't need it for now. Now let's play. Do you see that? And that's very cool. This design is looking beautiful, guys. This design is looking beautiful. So what I'm gonna do is to just add easy ease to these keyframes. Easy ease. Then what I'm gonna do, which I like to do, is to come to the graph editor. Just make sure that I can see everything. Select. Just do this. I want it to fast at the beginning. Actually, I want this to be slow at the beginning and should be fast at the end. This is the star moving fully out of the screen. Why all of this? I want it to be fast at the beginning and slow towards the end. Now we have this. So now let's see what we've got. So I think that is cool. So the next thing we will be doing is now that we have a rectangle over that just a little transition over that, we want to have our call to action. We want to have our call to action, and the call to action will be just at this point. So it will be a text. So to create the text, very simple. Just click on text here, type the text. Where is my text? Oh, did I modify something? No, I'm not ready to modify. I want to create a new text. So to do that, just click on that. Now we have this text. I want to center the anchor point just like that. Now it should be bold because it's the final call to action. Contact us today. Put it at the center of the screen. Now make duplicate of that. Ctrl Z, Ctrl D. Make a duplicate of that. Contact us today, carins.com. www.carins.com. Now we have this. I feel like I should change something from this. Now let's change this to let's bring in our palette and change this color, stop color here. Let's see the one that looks best. No, let's use the darker one. Yep. And then let's take away this, and this one we are going to reduce the size. Now let's go ahead and animate these two as well. So now we have this. These two shouldn't even appear. Should start, their appearance should start somewhere around there. Ctrl Z. Oh, this, I should get rid of this. We are done with the palette. So now we have this. Now I want this to just roll in. I want this guy to roll in. So let's take it to the top. Now let's bring in our scale. Shift rotation for our, these are the two things we need. So maybe at this point we should just set the keyframe to that. Then at the beginning, honestly, I want the scale to be 0. But before that, let's just rotate it. Let's rotate it just like that, and the scale should be 0. Now let's see what happens. or let's give it more sorry let's do something. Okay, that's good, but the rotation I want it to be more out of point. So you just rotate then to the point. So this is it. Let's ease this keyframe. Now let's see what we've got. Now, after we have shown that, I think that is cool enough. We want these kinds to start coming in. Now let's just bring the scale, position, opacity, and then maybe at this point let's just put everything in order just as it is, but immediately this guy falls in place. In fact, just around there we want the position to be different. I want to have it maybe around there, and the opacity I want to reduce the opacity. After Effects is not responding, I think we need to give it some time. Yeah, I think it's back. So the opacity, just take it to 0, and the scale too, let's change it to 0. Now let's quickly easy ease everything, or we should preview that. Actually, I think I'm still going to drag everything away from the rotating ninja. Contact us today, kains.com. Perfect. So now let's easy ease this. Good. Let's go into the keyframe and play around with these guys. Actually, I want it to be fast at the center, just at the center. So I'll give you something like this. Good. Let's see the crazy thing that will happen. Now let's see. Wow. I think this is looking great, guys. And with that, we have come to the end of this video. Thank you for watching up to this point. So you can see this is what we've been able to create. Let's preview the animation from the beginning. Good. Thank you for watching up to this point, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, subscribe to our channel. You make sure to provide best design for you every time. Make sure to provide best design for you here on Motion Spoon YouTube channel. We create motion design every time. Please subscribe to our channel. Thank you, and God bless you. Bye for now.